Book of Heaven, Volume 12. The 15th of November to the 25th of December 1920. Page 164 to 171. November 15, 1920. Continuous good makes the creature feel transported to operate good. My state is ever more painful, the most holy will is my only help. As I was with my sweet Jesus, he told me, "My daughter, each work done for me, each thought, word, prayer, suffering, and even a simple memory of me, are many chains which the soul keeps forming in order to bind me, and to bind herself to me. These chains, without using violence on the human freedom, have the virtue of sweetly administering to her the chain of perseverance, allowing the formation of the last link in the last step, so as to make her take possession of the immortal glory." In fact, continuous good has this virtue, this attraction over the soul. Without anyone forcing her or using violence on her, voluntarily, she feels transported to operate good. November 28, 1920. When Jesus wants to give, he asks. Effects of the blessing of Jesus. I was thinking of when my sweet Jesus, in order to begin his sorrowful passion, wanted to go to his mama and ask for her blessing. And blessed Jesus told me, "My daughter, how many things does this mystery reveal?" I wanted to go to my dear mama and ask for her blessing, in order to give her the opportunity to ask for my blessing herself. The pains which she was to bear were too many, and it was just that my blessing would strengthen her. It is my usual way to ask, whenever I want to give, and my mama understood me immediately, so much so, that she did not bless me before asking for my blessing, and only after I blessed her, did she bless me. But this is not all. In order to create the universe, I pronounced one, fiat, and by that one, fiat, I reordered and embellished heaven and earth. In creating man, my omnipotent breath infused life in him. Upon beginning my passion, I wanted to bless my mama with my omnipotent and creative word. But I did not bless her only, in my mama I saw all creatures. She was the one who had primacy over all, and in her I blessed all, and each one. Even more, I blessed each thought, word, act, etc. I blessed each thing which had to serve the creature. Just as the sun, created by my omnipotent, fiat, is still following its course for all, and for each mortal, without ever decreasing in light or heat, in the same way, in blessing, my creative word remained in the act of blessing continuously, without ever ceasing to bless, just as the sun will never cease to give its light to all creatures. Yet, this is not all. With my blessing I wanted to renew the qualities of creation. I wanted to call my celestial Father to bless, in order to communicate power to the creature. I wanted to bless her in my name and in the name of the Holy Spirit in order to communicate to her wisdom and love, and therefore renew the memory, the intellect and the will of the creature, restoring her as sovereign of all. However, know that, in giving, I want. My dear mama understood, and she immediately blessed me, not only for herself but in the name of all. Oh! If all could see this blessing of mine, they would feel it in the water they drink, in the fire that warms them, in the food they take, in the sorrow that afflicts them, in the moans of their prayer, in the remorses of guilt, in the abandonment of creatures. In everything they would hear my creative word saying to them, but, alas, it is not heard. I bless you in the name of the Father, of myself, the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. I bless you to help you, I bless you to defend you, to forgive you, to console you, I bless you to make you a saint. And the creature would echo my blessings, by blessing me too, in everything. These are the effects of my blessing. And my Church, instructed by me, echoes me, and in almost all circumstances, the administration of the sacraments and others, she gives her blessing. December 18, 1920. Return of love and thanksgiving for all that God operated in the celestial Mama. I was all afflicted without my Jesus when, as I was praying, I felt him near me, saying, "Ah, my daughter, things are getting worse. It will come like whirlwind, to shake everything. It will rain as long as a whirlwind does, and it will end just as a whirlwind ends. The Italian government lacks the ground under its feet, and it does not know what to aim at. Justice of God. After this, I felt I was outside of myself, and I found myself together with my sweet Jesus, but clinging so tightly to him, and he to me, that I almost could not see his divine person. I don't know how, I said, my Jesus, while I am clinging to you, I want to prove to you my love, my gratitude, and everything which the creature has the duty to do, because you have created our Immaculate Queen Mama, the most beautiful one, the holiest, a portent of grace, enriching her with all gifts, and making her also our mother. And I do this in the name of creatures, past, present and future. I want to seize each active creature, each word, thought, heartbeat and step, and tell you, in each one of them, that I love you, I thank you, I bless you, I adore you, for all that you have done in your celestial Mama and mine. Jesus enjoyed my act, but so much that he said to me, my daughter, I was anxiously awaiting this act of yours in the name of all generations. My justice and my love felt the need of this return, because great are the graces which descend upon all, for having enriched my Mama so much. Yet, they never have a word, thank you, to say to me. Another day I was saying to my lovable Jesus, everything is over for me, suffering, visits of Jesus, everything. And he, immediately, have you perhaps stopped loving me, or doing my will? And I, no, may this never be. And he, if this is not, nothing is over. December 22, 1920. The creative power is found in the divine will. Deaths which give life to others. I was thinking about the most holy will of God, saying to myself, what a magic force this divine will has, what power, what enchantment. Now, while I was thinking of this, my lovable Jesus told me, my daughter, the mere word, will of God, contains the creative power. Therefore, it has the power to create, to transform, to consume, and to make new torrents of light, of love, of sanctity flow in the soul. Only in the fiat is there creative power, and if the priest consecrates me in the host, it is because my will gave that power to those words which he pronounces over the holy host. Therefore, everything comes from the fiat, and is found in it. And if at the mere thought of doing my will the soul feels soothed, strengthened, changed, because by thinking of doing my will, it is as if she placed herself on the way to find all goods, what will it be to do it? After this, I recalled that years before my sweet Jesus had said to me, we will present ourselves before the Supreme Majesty with written on our foreheads in indelible characters, we want death in order to give life to our brothers. We want pains in order to free them from eternal pains. Now, I said to myself, how can I do this if he does not come? I could do it with him, but I am unable to go by myself. And then, how can I suffer so many deaths? And blessed Jesus, moving in my interior, told me, my daughter, you can do it always and in every instant, because I am always with you and I never leave you. And then, I want to tell you how these deaths are, and how they are formed. I suffer death when my will wants to operate some good in the creature, and departing from me, it brings with itself the grace and the help which are needed in order to do that good. If the creature is disposed to do that good, it is as if my will multiplied another life. If the creature is reluctant, it is as if my will suffered a death. Oh, how many deaths does my will suffer? Death in the creature is when I want her to do some good, and by not doing it, her will dies to that good. Therefore, if the creature is not in continuous act of doing my will, she receives as many deaths for as many times as she does not do it. She dies to that light which she should have by doing that good. She dies to that grace. She dies to those charisms. Now I will tell you what your deaths are, with which you could give life to our brothers. When you feel deprived of me and your heart is lacerated, and you feel an iron hand that squeezes it, you feel a death. Or rather, more than death, because death would be life for you. This death could give life to our brothers, because this pain and this death contain a divine life, an immense light, a creative power. They contain everything. They are a death and a pain which contain an eternal and infinite value. So, how many lives could you give to our brothers? I will suffer these deaths together with you, giving them the value of my death, so as to release life from death. Therefore, look at how many deaths you suffer. Each time you want me and you do not find me is a real death for you, because you really do not see me and do not feel me. This is death for you, it is martyrdom. And that which is death for you can be life for others. December 25, 1920. The sacramental lot of Jesus is even harder than his lot as an infant. As I was in my usual state, I found myself outside of myself, together with Jesus. I was walking a long way, and on this journey, now I walked with Jesus, now I was with my Queen Mama. If Jesus disappeared, I found myself with Mama, and if she disappeared, I found myself with Jesus. During this walk, they told me many things. Jesus and Mama were very affable, with an enchanting sweetness. I forgot everything, my bitternesses, and even their privations. I thought I would never lose them again. Oh, how easy it is to forget evil in the face of good. Now, at the end of the walk, the celestial Mama took me in her arms. I was very, very little, and she said to me, "My daughter, I want to strengthen you in everything." And it seemed that she was marking my forehead with her holy hand, as if she were writing and placing a seal on it. Then, it seemed that she was writing in my eyes, in my mouth, in my heart, in my hands and feet, placing a seal upon them. I wanted to see what she was writing, but I could not read that script. Only on my mouth I saw 2 letters which said, "Annihilation of every taste," and immediately I said, "Thank you, oh Mama. You take away from me every taste which is not Jesus." I wanted to understand more, but Mama told me, "It is not necessary for you to know. Trust me, I did to you what was needed." She blessed me and disappeared, and I found myself inside myself. Afterwards, my sweet Jesus came back. He was a tender little baby, wailing, crying and shivering with cold. He threw himself into my arms to be warmed. I squeezed him so very tightly to myself, and according to my usual way, I fused myself in his will in order to find the thoughts of all with mine, and surround shivering Jesus with adorations from all created intellects, in order to find the gazes of all, and make all look at Jesus and distract him from crying, in order to find the mouths, the words, the voices of all creatures, that all might kiss him so as not to make him wail, and might warm him with their breath. While I was doing this, the infant Jesus stopped wailing and crying and, as though warmed, he told me, "My daughter, did you see what made me shiver, cry and wail? The abandonment of creatures. You placed them all around me, I felt I was being watched and kissed by all, so I stopped crying. However, know that my sacramental lot is even harder than my lot as an infant. Though cold, the grotto was spacious, and had air to breathe. The host too is cold, but so small that I almost lack air. In the grotto I had a manger with a little hay for bed. In my sacramental life, I don't even have hay, and I have nothing but hard and ice-cold metals for bed. In the grotto I had my dear Mama who took me very often with her most pure hands, covered me with ardent kisses in order to warm me, soothed my crying, and nourished me with her most sweet milk. In my sacramental life it is all the opposite. I do not have a Mama. If they take me, I feel the touch of unworthy hands which smell like earth and muck. Oh! How I feel their stench, more than the manure I smelled in the grotto. Instead of covering me with kisses, they touch me with irreverent acts. Instead of milk, they give me the bile of sacrileges, of indifference, and of coldness. In the grotto, Saint Joseph never left me without the light of a little lantern at night. Here in the sacrament, how many times I remain in the dark also at night. Oh, how much more painful is my sacramental lot. How many hidden tears, not seen by anyone. How many wails not listened to. If my lot as an infant moved you to pity, much more should my sacramental lot move you to pity.